Hi class, let's take a look at problem 3. And in problem 3, they also have the same idea that they want us to solve using a proportion. So we're going to have to set up two fractions equaling each other. And the main question that they're asking is for milliliters. So that's going to be our unknown. So in this case, let x equal to total milliliters. So I'll just write it as ml of this quantity. Okay, so our proportion is going to be as follows. So in this case, they're given 5 millimeters for every 25 pounds. So technically, 5 ml for every 25 pounds. This has to be equivalent to, the quantity that we're looking for. So x ml over, and the individual here weighs 45 pounds. So 45 pounds. Let me box this in so that we have it as this is the proportion that we're solving. And let me actually box it in, but not with a solid box, because a solid would represent that that's our solution. I'm just trying to illustrate here that this is what we're looking for. Okay, so at this point, let me technically remove the units, and remember that your x represents milliliters, so that's what we're looking for. So we're actually solving 5 over the values of 25. This is equal to x over the values of 45. And then at this point, let me multiply times 45, multiply times 45. And also let me flip it so that we have it so that we have the x on the left hand side. So you're gonna have x is equal to 45 times the values of 5 over the values of 25. And let me start with the cancellation of the 5s. So this will be 45 times 5 over 5 times 5. And here we can cancel the 5s. And we can go further. So 9 times 5 will be the 45 over 5. And we can cancel the actual additional 5s. So we end up with 9. Let me take another look. And in this case, I don't see any problems here. So in this case, x is equal to 9. And let me just write it as a sentence. In this case, the total amount for Jocelyn will be 9 technically milliliters of that quantity. So acetaminophen. Okay, that's actually it for this problem. Let's move on to problem 4. And in problem 4, they're also asking for us to set it up as a proportion. And let me see what we have on this one. So in this case, the pulse is 10 seconds and 19 beats. So the proportion, it's going to be 10 seconds per 19 beats. Now, the proportion that we're setting up here is technically beats per minute. So I'm just gonna actually set it equal to 10 seconds over 19 beats. And then I'm gonna multiply it by a quantity that's gonna cancel the actual, that's gonna actually cancel your seconds. And so we can express them as minutes. So in 60 seconds, you have 1 minute. And before we start doing cancellations, this is the proportion that they're referring to. And here you can cancel seconds. And now as we simplify this one, you're going to get 10 minutes over 19 times 60 seconds. And this needs to be simplified further. So let me just move this here. And we can cancel from the top of 10. So technically this will be 10 over 19 times 6 times 10. And this is still minutes per second. And you can cancel the tens. So this is equivalent to 1 minute over 19 times 6. Wait, your denominator is not seconds, it's beats. Since the seconds cancel. So this will be beats So this is equal to, in this case, we're going to multiply times 19 times 6. So I'm getting 114. So in 1 minute, we're getting 114 beats. Now, this is technically our answer, but we just have to rewrite it in the proper way that they're asking. So in this case, you would have as a final answer 114 beats per 1 minute. So what I'm doing here is reversing the fraction. I'm just putting the numerator on the bottom and the denominator on the top. That's because the way that they're expressing it. So they want us to express it as per minute. So in this case, this will be 114 beats per minute. And then as a final sentence, we will say that 10 seconds, so 19 beats per second is equivalent to 114 beats per 1 minute. And then there is an additional question. Has Carol met her target heart rate of 140 beats per minute? And in this case, I'm just going to say no, the target heart rate has not been reached. Of 140 beats per minute has not been reached. That's actually it for this one. I'll put the other ones on a different video. And once again, the proportion that they're asking us here to set up is a proportion of units. We're going to be doing these in a different module as well, where you're basically setting up two fractions. In this case, it's actually the same fraction equaling to itself, but then with the addition of this step. And this step is crucial because in this step, as you're setting up the proportion, you're modifying the original fraction, but with a quantity that is equivalent. In this case, in order to get the proper unit of minutes, you have to cancel seconds. So you have to multiply the proportion that it's given, the fraction, by a value that cancels the units, and now it puts it in the proper unit. In this case, we're looking for beats per minute.